share your experience with us in being a different businessman, the pains and the gains.
You see, for us, it is important that people trust us. And people can only trust you if what you're saying is accurate at all times. And guess what? The world is a global village. So let's just say I meet someone in Federal Ministry of Information today and they want us to give a kickback or have a backed up way of getting money to them so that we can get a contract. I might say I've won by agreeing to that. But one day, 10 years later, and I'm meeting somebody, and a bigger investor in the US. And guess who I meet there? One of the people that I've done business with, that I've tweaked documents or find a way of making sure that we pay them so that we get a contract, will tell his friend in the US that's about to give me a contract to watch their back. That guy, we know how we did it 10 years ago. The truth will always catch up. The truth, that's the truth. I don't want to always be looking at my back all the time. I want the business that I'm doing to be successful. And like Pastor Tubakari said many years ago, over 20 years ago, he said you don't actually have to be an octopus for God to bless you. You don't have to do everything. So I believe that I don't have to be an octopus for God to bless me. I don't have to make all the money for God to bless me. I don't have to do all jobs for God to bless me. I just have to do the right thing. And I want people to know me for that. Right on from when I started business 13 years ago, 13 plus, one of my early clients was the federal government. And we got to that point where we have to give the kickback. And I think I was maybe like 24, 25. And my first reaction is, I have a future in front of me. I know where I'm going. You know what I said to them? I don't care how you get this contract out. Give it to somebody else. Just subcontract to me. Whoever gets a job, subcontract to me, but that we will collect the job and give a kickback. No. Do whatever you want to do. Give me the job at my price, but that I will modify this document to contain us. No. If that's it for me. And over time, we got another contract that required a kickback, and we didn't want to give a kickback. We proposed that you get the job anyhow, just give us the job. They apparently didn't give it to us. They gave it to the other company. And 1 year after, they sent people to us that the other company failed, but can you come and do it as the other company? I said, well, I don't mind doing it as long as my fee is sacrosanct. They do not agree to the fee, and we walked. And I promised myself since that time that unless it is clear, and in clear terms, I'm not doing any government contract. We still see it whether it's a government or not. We see it, you meet a guy that is part of that organization, will tell you about an opportunity within the organization. I will tell you not to forget to mark up his own. Do you understand? So we meet it every day. But truth of matter is, we don't. If we want to appreciate you, we'll appreciate you. That's it. We've lost some. I remember a particular contract. We actually got the job on our own regard, and some departmental head, one of them in particular, who is also a pastor, demanded a kickback, and I said no. Okay, I didn't accurately say no. I just said, we appreciate you, sir, blah 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 blah, and the contract ended, and was towards the Christmas period. All I just did was to send a hamper that is, well, good enough but not. And the man called me on the phone and was raking. You collected a contract over 2 million naira. You're sending me a hamper that is not worth 10,000 naira. What is that? Blah 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 blah. He raked. Sorry, sir, we don't actually do it. No, you did not do normal. That's the word he used. You did not do normal. So everybody knows that this is the right thing to do. I said, wow. I said, sir, but you're a pastor. He said, what is wrong with you doing the normal thing? I mean, he's supposed to get nothing less than like 100,000 naira from the job. He mentioned it. I just got angry and cut the call. He sent me an email trying to, black label the contract. They did not work, blah, 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 blah. Along the line, I responded, is it because you asked me for this, and that you are doing this? He replied that, no, you did not give you are supposed to give me something. You ordinary hamper. Coincidentally, he did not know he copied the overall head of the organization, who is also a deacon in another church, and they took it up with him. Almost lost his job because he mistakenly copied his boss in the mail. I mean, that's a pastor, for example. So telling us that you can't just give me a Christmas gift. Christmas gift is normal that you give me. You didn't give me any part of the contract. I said, why should we? You as a pastor are supposed to be the one propelling this. This happened. So for us, it's a standard of policy. We don't. So on the question of why don't you join others and do what is popular, I have this at the back of my mind even as a teenager. I don't want to get somewhere one day and somebody says, oh, that's Dele, we made him rich. No, it will never happen. God's opportunity paves the way for me through the talents that he has given me. That is the story. End of story. Whoever God used along the way cannot say they made Dele rich. It is impossible, and I don't want it to ever occur. Secondly, what I used to say, which is very, very important, I want everybody to pay attention to this. And I used to tell all my staffs this. I tell them when they join my organization. I said, I don't want a day to come by, maybe I've gotten $100 million or some kind of funding, and I'm invited to talk somewhere. And I can't, obviously, I won't come to the stage and start telling people on how we bribe, how we do this. And then I'll now get on the stage and be talking about prudent ways of doing business, this strategy, that. And in the middle of the crowd, the audience, I'll be looking at the faces of my staffs that knows how we killed it, how we do it. And they'll be hailing me in their mind, Mr. D. That means what's truth is that I used to tell them, I don't want to ever get the opportunity to talk to a younger generation and tell them about integrity in workplace, whereas there are some people that can vouch that, or more, maybe we know how we did it. For me, it will never happen. Find a problem, solve the problem, money will show up. Create value, money will show up. Not all these quick wins. Talk to the commissioner, knock the door, they award you contract, you give them their own court. Or most time, what your court before they even give you your own, And then one day, I won't be able to come out and talk to the younger generation and say, this is how we built it. This is how we built this. Today you have people that can come in. This is how they built Uber. This is how they built Airbnb. This is how they built Eventbrite. This is how they built Paystack. This is how they built this. So that's it.